What up? What up? Let me know if you can hear me. Okay. In the chat, please. Thank you. How are we today, everybody? Today I'm going to be helping out my boy Gmo with this here dilemma he's having. He edited a model for Skyrim and lost all his vertex coloring, his shaders, and such. Let me know if you can hear me in the chat. Okay, so I've never seen this SP collision object. It's a little different. I'm actually gonna do is, what's up, Oliver? How you doing, bud? Uh, okay. Gmo, you can type it on the chat on YouTube or Twitch. I'm gonna minimize Discord. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start fresh here. I don't know why this has the 138 flag. It says it has animations, which isn't quite right because this is not an animated static. So I'm gonna remove that. That's where all our stuff is there. What's up, Malik? Now, I don't know why this says plaque. Are you trying to make this into a weapon holder of some sort? Let me know what you're trying to do with this, Gmo. I need to know what you're making this into. If it's some kind of rack or something, um, I don't think that's gonna work like that. I'm gonna move that, and what I want to do is unchildren this. A 9 node is for an animated static. BS fade node is for a legit static, regular static. So what I'm going to do is unchildren 7, 11, and 15 from here. Okay. So now they're no longer in the 9 node there. And we're going to go ahead and remove that branch and child them to this fade node. So we got 1, 5, and 9. Change this number to 3 for 3 nitri shapes. Okay. Now we add our numbers in here. 1, 5, and 9. 5 and 9. Okay, and now those are children to the fade node. Alright. And what I like to do when I edit any kind of Skyrim NIF, I like to make my own collisions, and then afterwards I will transfer all the color data back and whatnot. So what I'll do to do that is you take out the shader properties. And this serves as a base. This would basically be your base shape with no textures, no. This is your 3D model. Okay, your converted NIF rather. Download a model, took any mesh, delete all nitrate. It works, but it doesn't. I will send you a little package. I'll actually post it in my Discord, and you take a look at that. I'm gonna post it in Skyrim mods and file uploads, and it will be chunk merge. Okay. Pop the link because I do have a link for it. Oh, come on. right up in there. I'm gonna pin that to the channel. And moving on. Okay, so yeah. So what I'm gonna do is, this is, like I said, this is our vanilla. We're just gonna close that for now. We'll use that later for reference. But I'm gonna take this. I've stripped it out completely. All I've got left is 3 nitride shapes with nitride shape data. Okay, we're gonna save as, and he's named it wall totem done. I've saved that on my desktop. I'm just gonna overwrite that. And then what I'm going to want to do is, you can either close this out and reopen it in Nifskope. I use 1.1.3 for LE meshes. And now what we have to do to apply a collision correctly, to build it with chunk merge, I used this. This will come in the package that I've just uploaded on Discord. I use this as a base. It doesn't matter. But what you have to do is take a material name, and you have to rename every tri-shape to a material name. Okay? And then this is what we're gonna do. This is the model we just edited and stripped out all BS lighting shaders out of, and we're just now renaming each tri-shape. We're not changing anything else, just the names of the tri-shapes. It could be, it doesn't matter. I'm pretty sure that, and this is for a single material object, so I'm pretty sure if I go here and I go like this, I'm not sure if this works, but it might. We'll do that. We'll do stone for that. And this is wood, I believe. Okay. Okay. I think it's pretty much all stone, so we'll do that for that. Yeah, I heard you. I'm actually gonna change that to wood. Okay, I don't think it matters what you name them, but it's gonna be a Skyrim material. And we are gonna save that as to our desktop. And I like to just put copy at the end of the NIF. So there we go. So this is the one I just made, stripped the lighting shaders out of. And this is the one that we just made and renamed the tri-shapes. So now what I'll do is, I will open up chunk merge. I've made a collision file for LE collisions. So if you do find yourself doing an SE NIF, trying to get a collision for SE NIF, backport it to LE first using NIF optimizer, and then make a collision, and then you can just port it back. Okay, so going ahead, like I said, and set up my collision in my template. Your NIF file would be your first one that you stripped your lighting shader properties out of, and that'll all be inside of that that package I uploaded. Your collision file is the one we renamed the tri-shapes. Okay, that's the copy. Like I said, I made a template collision. Down here, what you want to do is collision material, use name of ni tri-shape, which uses those names that we set up in our second model. And if you noticed, when I clicked on that, this switched over to mesh data. You want to click that back to collision fallback mesh, which is the first mesh we made. Yeah, so you can convert all your, I'm going to show you that as well. So we'll get there in a second. But every time you change to ni tri-shape, it's going to change over to mesh data. You don't want that. You want collision fallback mesh, which will take this and combine them and use collision setups that are correct. So now that we've got that all set up, both our copies are in there, our models are in there, our original minus BS lighting shaders, and our copy with the renames. We hit convert, and if converted successfully, We can exit out of there. Now we don't need this copy anymore if this is fine. So we're going to open up our LE model minus BS lighting shaders, and I'll just maximize that quick. Now we've got our collision. Okay. And now what I should see is multiple material slots in there, which I don't. That'll be okay, I guess. What I do is I always just go to the closest, which would be stone. Okay, and you leave that as is. That's in compressed mesh shape data. And then what we want to do, you go up to BS fade node, right click, node, attach extra data. Now this is a static model. Most of them have a flag of 130 or 194, I believe. So like I said, you go up to fade node, right click, node, add extra data, BSX flags. Now down at the bottom you want to click on the flags, and you can see what kind of flags you can put. If you just accept with collision, it's going to give you a 2. You don't want that. So you want to manually type in 130. Okay, now that's going to give you collision and the flag for collision. So now that we've done that, we go here and we are going to go reorder link arrays, reorder blocks. This is spells up at the top, sanitize, check links, file, save as, and overwrite the original stripped out mesh that we made on your desktop once again. Okay, make sure saves. Okay, now we can get rid of this the copy we made, and we have our vanilla, we have our edit. Okay, we'll open up our edit here, and like I said, we're gonna want to transfer all the BS lighting shader properties now from mesh to mesh because they are similar. Obviously they are a little different, but oh, come here. That's okay. Alright, go ahead, go play. Okay, there's our vanilla mesh, and we've got textures, lighting, yada yada. Oh, my daughter, her diaper was hanging off her ass. Alright, so you can see he removed these couple shapes, which is not going to make a big difference. It's actually wood, so we can go into our collision because it is wood. I am a dingo doof. And we'll just change our material to wood. Oh God, come on. These things are all over the place. And if you look, you'll find all sorts of different wood, but we're just gonna go Skyrim, Havoc, material, wood. You can leave that alone for now. We're gonna expand our tri-shapes here. When we look on the left at our vanilla, we've got the heads. If we expand the tri-shape and go to BS Lighting Shader Properties, you want to right click on that block, copy branch, not copy, copy branch. We go over to our model, click on the head, right click on my tri-shape, block, paste branch, and there's our lighting shader property. Next, we will do the posts, copy branch, and again, paste the branch on there. And one more time, we will take this one, copy branch, and we will paste the branch over there. Okay, now We have full BS lighting shader properties. We have full collision. We have collision flags, spells, batch, update all tangent spaces, file, save as, overwrite on the desktop. One more time. There's a process to this, guys. This is not easy. Okay, and now in order to transfer, yeah, my son always asks what I'm doing. In order to transfer vertex coloring and such, you need a newer version of Nifskope. I use Nifskope 2.0 Developer 7 for that. You'll see the difference as soon as I open it up. Okay. Okay, and that's the newest, pretty much the newest version, I should say. Yeah. Let's open up the other. Okay, and now they do look pretty similar. The way I've done it, the lighting shader and the vertex coloring should have transferred correctly, but we will see. Okay, and we'll do it one piece at a time. We'll do it by the heads first. Okay, so let's just zoom in on our heads real fast. And like I said, you go to try shape data, search down for vertex coloring. It'll say has vertex colors first of all. If you vanilla did, then your copy's gonna. Okay, and now it shows you all your vertex coloring here. Okay, so what you want to do is to check your model, you do the same thing. Go down to your vertex coloring, and as you can see, all of yours are white. This is what we're going to do here. You go to your vanilla mesh, highlight vertex coloring down in the left hand bottom side. Just highlight this square, and you want to hit Control C on your keyboard. Okay, and now you go over to your model, highlight vertex colors once again. And what is this? What does chunk merge do? It's a tool that configures collision data. Yes, I'm live right now on YouTube. Oh, unless he's here. Anyway, vanilla model, highlight vertex colors, Control C. Our model highlights vertex colors, Control V. And what that just did, if you just notice, the models just transferred vertex coloring data. Okay, as you can see, you see the vertex coloring on the neck there, the vertex coloring on the neck, everything seems to have transferred pretty well. On to the next one. Okay, we'll do these little bands in the top banner now, okay, and now as you can see, it's quite different. You can tell just by the glare. Okay, there's one more thing we're going to do this just after, but for now this is it. Okay, same thing, you find your vertex coloring. This one has a little bit of browns and whatnot too, so same thing. Highlight it, Control C, over to your model, find your vertex coloring, highlight it, Control V. And now as you can see, all my vertex colors just pasted over. Okay, like I said, there's going to be one more thing we're going to do to this once we're done, so never fear. Now we will do the posts. Same exact thing. Find your vertex coloring, Control C, find your vertex coloring, Control V, and there we go. There's your vertex coloring. Okay. Now I can see on here that you've moved around quite a bit of vertices. I don't know what happened with that, but we're just going to hit smooth normals with a max vertice distance of 0.001. Yeah, that's intended because it's searching for the textures. That's why the meshes are showing up purple in this version. I've got Nifskope 113 pointing to Skyrim's data folder with all the vanilla textures. That's why it pops right in. But the textures are correct. Okay, let me do this again here. What you want to do on your meshes is go nitri shape. You go into mesh, you're going to smooth normals at 60 and 0.001, okay? And then the same nitri shape, you go into mesh and you go into face normals. That didn't really do much for us. Not on that one. But we'll do it again. We'll go smooth normals on there. Face normals. Let me just see if you have any unused vertices or duplicates anywhere. Very well. And I like to update the tangents on each as well, but that's not important right now. Okay, so mesh, smooth normals, smooth. We're gonna mesh, face normals. Okay, and now we've got all of our vertex coloring and such. ES lighting shader properties. Everything's transferred over properly. Your textures, because we copied the entire branch of the lighting shader properties, your textures went along with it. So we can close our vanilla model now. We're gonna go up to spells on our model. We're gonna go to sanitize. We are gonna go to check links, and then spells again, batch, update all tangent spaces, and then you want to file and save as on the desktop over our file that we been creating the whole way through, and there you go. Okay, we'll close that version of Nifskope, and then I'll go ahead and show you in my other version just for LE Nifs. This is what we've got now. Okay, as you can see, your vertex coloring is a little jacked up here, and I don't know why that would be. It might be something you did inside of Nifskope. It might be because this is not supposed to have vertex coloring, but I don't think that's the case. That's why. Your vanilla mesh here has 760 vertices and your mesh has 718. So you definitely deleted something, or you moved something, or you cut something out of there. For the most part, it's gonna work. If you want to fix that little bit of shading on your wood here, this is what I would do, because most people don't give a shit anyway about your colors. Let me close these down for a second, and I'll just go back into a, sorry, wrong version. I've got 3 versions. I'm an asshole like that. Okay, so what I would do to get rid of the weird shadowing and shit on that, because it's just a wood, you can just set all your vertex colors to white. You don't necessarily need these browns and such. So same deal, right click, color, set all, and just bring it all the way to white. Okay, and that'll set all your vertex coloring to white. Okay, and that'll make it appear a little better in game. Okay, so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna save that, and that Nif's all done. Gmo, I'm gonna go ahead and send you that back on Discord. This is LE, okay? Do you want LE or do you want SE? And I'll just send it over to you. Because now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use Nif Optimizer, and I'm going to NIF optimize it. So I will actually send you this. This is LE version. Okay. And then what I'll do is I'm going to put that, I'm done with the vanilla one. I'm just going to delete that from my desktop. Okay, NIF optimizer. And this is the newest version you can find on, fortunately, the Nexus, but I'll send it to you if you want. I have pretty much everything. Okay, so we've got an LE mesh that we want to go to SSE. This is the one that backports and full ports and whatnot. So we don't want to calculate any kind of new bounding spears because I made them. They're fine. We just did that with chunk merge. We don't need that. We don't need clean skinning. We don't need parallax flags and texture pass. We've done all that. We don't need the smoother normals because we just did that. So we uncheck everything. We're strictly just porting this up to SSE. Okay. So optimize that. That should be fine now. And now let me check this. Now, if I try to open this with my LE version, as you can see, it's not going to open anything. You get an error. And that's the reason why I have multiple versions of Nifskope installed, because I have 2.0 Developer 6. That's quite simple. It looks just like the old one. It's kind of why I like it. It doesn't show up those purple textures, which I kind of hate, you know. But let's try it. Okay, and here we are. And this is now an SE mesh with an SE collision. Okay. And our material is still there. Okay. Our flags are still good. Okay. Our lighting shader properties. That might actually be some of our problems as well. Okay. You have specular is fine. Receive shadows is fine. Cast shadows is fine. Omit. Yes, yes, yes. Down here, we have vertex colors on our shapes. We have to enable the vertex coloring, okay? And what it did was it just jacked our vertex colors up because that ain't right. That's not the one we need vertex colors on. This is the one. So it has the flag for vertex colors. If your tri-shape does not have vertex colors, you don't need to flag it, obviously. But if it's not flagged, it won't show up sometimes. So keep that in mind. Okay, these are all flagged correctly. I don't see a problem with that. A specular color looks okay. Maybe the specular could come down on this. You know, these wood surfaces shouldn't be that shiny. Specular strength there. What we got? Specular strength 2.7. What the hell is that? Okay, that's fine. Okay. Yeah, so this is an SE mesh now. I'm going to save that as on my desktop to that. Now I can close this. I have the wall totem done here in SE form, bud. So, SE version for you. And I'm actually going to delete that myself, but I'm going to go ahead and set up my Discord. I've been playing with my Discord channel for a little while today, trying to set up some things. And hopefully I'll run another live stream later on, setting up some things. I've got some things in the works. Make sure you come by. Big announcements. I'm officially pulling my mods off the Nexus soon, so stay tuned for that. I'll be posting most of my mods to Shake's website and Discord, so keep watching this all. I appreciate you guys coming through for this quick stream. 30 minutes, yeah, it's about how long it takes. But make sure you come by. I have a lot of projects coming up, a lot of big things, learning a lot of new stuff. So appreciate you guys. Hit me up on the Discord. Links are in the descriptions everywhere, and if you're new from Mixer, we'll be streaming on Mixer as well now. Mixer, Twitch, and YouTube. Just so everybody knows. Have a good day. Appreciate you guys. Later.